If you've seen Ants the movie, you might not think a racing game is the obvious tie-in, but that's what we've got here. Your chance to prove you're the best in a field of 5 million competitors. You begin the game with a choice of 2 characters, Zed and Princess Bala. But when you've finished unlocking the additional characters, you'll also have access to Zed's friends, Azteca and Weaver, as well as a military aide, Cutter, and the master manipulator, Mandible. Each of these characters has several of their own special challenges to complete, but the main game centers on racing the various tracks, avoiding traps and collecting bonus items. And you can try straight races, slaloms and time trials, using either your driving, running, boarding or flying skills. There's never been another game that can make racing at half a mile an hour feel so fast. Inspired by The Rock's blockbuster film, The Scorpion King is an action-adventure, casting you in the role of Matthias as he journeys to exotic locations, battling a horde of enemies in order to become one of the deadly assassins known as the Arcadians. There are 12 fantastic levels to smash your way through, including everything from the island of Crete to the mysterious Netherworld. And along the way, you get to try out some fierce hand-to-hand and weapon-based combo attacks, as well as experiencing multiple power-ups for each weapon. You'll have to fight a wide range of opponents, from human adversaries, vicious animals, and the supernatural forces of Anubis. And you even get to hear the fabulous voice acting from The Rock himself. Ah well, there's always a sting in the tail. Jurassic Park Project Genesis takes a slightly different approach to the Jurassic Park license. Here you have the chance to design and manage the most amazing dinosaur theme park the world has ever seen. Or alternatively, you can battle your way through 12 intense missions, fighting to control nature's most fearsome predators. When designing parks, you have free rein to rearrange the scenery to your heart's content, and there are 25 dinosaurs presently in the ecology, all modelled as accurately as possible and including all the beasts from the movies. And it'll be your decisions that lead to an outstanding commercial success or horrible, horrible failure, and the arrival of Jeff Goldblum. In the missions, the focus is more on the tactics and rapid response you can achieve rather than the firepower. However, you're still equipped with everything from ground-based weaponry up to helicopter-mounted artillery, perfect for controlling rampaging dinosaurs or disgruntled American tourists. Disney Stitch Experiment 626 is billed as a prequel to the upcoming Disney animated film Lilo and Stitch. At this stage, there's no sign of the elusive Lilo, but what we do have is Stitch in abundance. The story begins on a distant planet in a strange part of the universe, where the eccentric scientist Jumba has created a creature after many years of genetic research. His creation, Experiment 626, aka Stitch, is nearly impervious to all forms of attack and is capable of destruction on a global scale. Showing his lack of world-dominating instinct, Jumba utilizes Stitch's abilities to help him gather DNA from different planets to use in his ongoing genetic experiments. This is where you come in. As Stitch, the four-armed mutant sociopath, it's up to you to navigate these hostile worlds, overcoming vicious monsters, treacherous terrain, and much more, whilst utilizing a variety of interesting tricks, such as clambering over walls and whizzing about using his jetpack. There are definite advantages to being the minion of a mad scientist. Hitman 2 Silent Assassin may be a sequel, but the original game only came out on PC. Fortunately, this means that mistakes have been learned from, and this version on PS2 should be significantly better. As 47, you're employed to remove a single target by any means you choose. Of course, shooting everything in sight is likely to make your life very difficult, and you might be wise to restrain your murderous urges to as few people as possible. After all, you are supposed to be a sharp, controlled, and dispassionate assassination machine. You can explore your surroundings fully before pulling off your hit, exercising stealth, guile and cunning to get into restricted areas. Then you can play with your range of firearms or more interesting toys such as lockpicks, disguises, chloroform, poison, darts, stun guns and a garrote. But the sniper rifle still has to remain a firm favourite. You can play in first or third person perspectives, and other new improvements include the addition of mid-mission saves and the option to carry forward your hardware as you progress through 20 worldwide missions. Sega's upcoming Ninja Extravaganza harks back to the great old days of blazing fast action and pure arcade gameplay. Shinobi is set in modern-day Tokyo, but the story begins with two young brothers competing to win a traditional and ancient sword filled with awesome and deadly powers. The catch is, the loser dies. You play Hotsuma, the brother who wins the sword, a weapon that craves and feeds on blood. And if it can't gain blood through your actions, then it'll take yours. There's a whole host of impressive ninja moves to perform, including super fast running, fantastic jumps, and even running on walls. And all these moves can be combined for even more impressive acrobatics and swordplay. And with hundreds of combos to find, Shinobi offers one of the purest arcade action experiences to be seen on PS2 for a long time. UFC Throwdown is the new sequel to PlayStation's Ultimate Fighting Championship, featuring 28 real UFC fighters and promising some of the best fighting action to be found on the PS2. The no-holds-barred fighting system allows you to string limitless combos together, as well as offering deep offensive and defensive strategies. And you can play through the extensive career mode, play tournaments between 16 or 8 players, or try out the new round-robin tournament, scaling between 6, 8 or 10 players. When creating your own fighter, you now have even more variations than before. And the character models show realistic facial and body movements, right down to the individual muscles. So it's no wonder it's looking so good. Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius is making his way onto PS2, having already made his mark on Nickelodeon with his own movie from Paramount Pictures. Playing as Jimmy and his robot dog Goddard, you have 6 levels to explore through, including Jimmy's house, asteroids, Yolka's underworld and Yolka's city. And with the help of the versatile Goddard, there are many different ways to get around them. Goddard Copter, Goddard Flycycle, Goddard Scooter. Is there anything this powered pooch can't do? With his abilities and young Master Neutron's brains, there should be nothing that can stand in their way.